Hey, Liz Jensen here. Hey, I just wanted to make this quick video to give you a challenge for the week. So this week we are focusing on learning to manage our stress. So I just want you to think for a second, what stresses you out? For me, probably the biggest thing is having too much to do and not enough time, especially if I have kids that are really whiny and needy and they need something and I'm trying to get something done. That stresses me out. I need to be somewhere and it's time to go, and so too many things pile up at once. That kind of stresses me out. Having a messy house stresses me out. So things like that, maybe just think of what it is for you. What's your stress trigger? And what do you do when you're stressed? I know when I have my 2-year-old or my 4-year-old or even my 12-year-old, when they are being really whiny and just kind of getting on my nerves and my stress level goes up and I can see on my Fitbit that my heartbeat is going higher, that's a trigger. So being aware of what stresses you out, and then thinking about what you usually do when you're stressed. It used to be that I always craved chocolate, and I just thought that chocolate would make things better. I could be happy for a second. But I found that that really didn't work more than, while it was in my mouth. And then I just craved more, and and then I felt guilty. And so it was just this vicious cycle. And so I really started to try to take control of my stress. And so what I do is I made a stress menu. And so if you plan ahead for stressful situations, you really can't avoid them, but we're all going to have stress in our life. So if you can plan ahead for when that happens and what you're going to do, and a lot of times when we make a mistake, it's good to just think about what caused that. What will I do different next time? So maybe, learning from those times when you have messed up and just, gone off and eaten something because of stress. You can learn from that. So plan ahead for next time. So for me, I have the stress menu, and I encourage you to get a piece of paper and pencil and just start writing this down. Some things that you can do when you're stressed instead of eating. So this is my stress menu. I wrote some things down. What I do when I'm stressed is I go and take a big glass of water and I just chug like 32 ounces of water, fill up my stomach. And then I try to close my eyes and just take about 10 deep breaths, even 2 deep breaths if that's all that you have time for. But just getting some more oxygen in your body is huge. So give that a try. And then just have a stress menu, something that you can do to relieve stress or to get your mind off of food if that's a trigger for you. So on my stress menu, I have things like reading a book, and it might be reading to one of my kids. Like if I have a kid that's really whiny, just to sit down and just read and relax with them and put everything else aside, or go for a walk, or play a game, or do some service for somebody. Think of somebody that you could call or write a note to or do something for. It could be a drawer or a cupboard that you've been wanting to clean out that you haven't gotten to. That could be on your stress menu, a to-do thing. Washing windows or going to rake leaves, or taking a hot bath. Or for me, just sometimes just putting on some good smelly lotion. Could be on your menu of something that's relaxing to you. So write down a few things that you could do. You could hang this on the fridge, where you might go if you're stressed, so that you can see it, and just start working on that habit. If you're stressed, have a big glass of water, take a few deep breaths, and then choose something from your stress menu. And tell yourself, you know what, I can have that chocolate if I want, but first I'm going to do something off my stress menu. And then if I still want that, maybe I'll have that. So that's just giving yourself that okay, that's okay if you decide that's going to be a conscious choice and not a reaction. And then do something from your stress menu. And a lot of times, if you can just distract yourself for about 20 minutes and do something else, then that trigger, that craving or stress, that will usually go away. So it's just all about retraining your brain about how to react to stress. And that's going to help in the long run, because we're always going to have triggers, and it's just about forming a new habit of how we deal with that. So that's my challenge for you, is make your stress menu and start practicing that when you feel the stress coming on, especially the deep breaths. If you have kids or for yourself, whenever you kind of feel that stress or that tantrum, when my kids throw this tantrum, we go and we take some deep breaths and just calm down. And so give that a try this week. Let me know how you're doing. I hope things are going great. It's going to be an awesome week. I'll talk to you later.